I'm at the Exxon gas station on Sternberg Road, kind of Sternberg, Grand Haven.
Okay.
And there's nobody here. Wouldn't allow me to pump gas, but I had walked inside. There's nobody. There's a car here. There's another car out front. But it is very suspicious why there's nobody here.
On April 26, 2013, Jessica Heeringa, a 25-year-old mother of a 3-year-old, disappeared just after 11 p.m. from the then Exxon gas station in Norton Shores, where she was working the night shift. Around that time, a station manager and her husband said they saw a suspicious silver minivan parked behind the station, and a man outside it rearranged something in its rear hatch. Surveillance cameras captured images of the van, identified as a silver Chrysler Town & Country, traveling north on Grand Haven Road. A week into the investigation, authorities spoke to several individuals, including a man named Jeffrey Willis, even searching his silver minivan. Over the course of the next 3 years, thousands of tips were received, and several searches were conducted looking for Heeringa. In April of 2016, a teenager, Madison Nygard, was lost in rural Muskegon and got into a silver minivan to use a man's phone. He then drove off with her, and she jumped from the van, running to a nearby home for help. On May 17, 2016, after Nygard picked Willis out of a photo lineup, Willis's van was pulled over and he was taken into custody, and several police agencies searched the van, his residence, and a residence belonging to Willis's late grandfather. In Willis's grandfather's house, where his phone pinged in the late evening of April 26 and the early morning hours of the 27th, investigators found several bleach bottles manufactured in 2013, as well as a checklist of items, many of which were found in Willis's van. At Willis's home in Muskegon Township, investigators found hard drives filled with hundreds of videos with a common theme: kidnapping women, restraint, rape, and murder. A VIX folder was found that contained images and news articles about Heeringa and Rebekah Bletsch. It was revealed that several of Willis's passwords were J4L27H13, possibly a reference to Jessica Heeringa and the day after her disappearance. Inside the van was the most chilling discovery: a locked toolbox and a small black box that contained restraints, ropes, chains, a ball gag, .22 caliber rounds, syringes, blue pills, and an image of the female anatomy with several different injection points. Also inside the van was a Walther P22 with the serial number shaved off, a gun that Willis had stolen from a coworker. A laser cover recovered from the scene where Heeringa disappeared was the same type of laser that was on the gun before it was stolen. The evidence tied Willis not only to Nygard, but to Heeringa and the unsolved case of Rebekah Bletsch. Willis's cousin, Kevin Bloom, told police in June 2016 that he helped Willis get rid of Heeringa's nude body after Willis called him the day after her disappearance. Police testified Bloom even led them to the spot where he said her body was buried, but her body was never located. Bloom was sentenced with accessory after the fact in the murder. On November 2, 2017, after a 2-week trial, Willis was found guilty for the first-degree murder of Rebekah Bletsch, a mother who was jogging in rural Muskegon in June of 2014. The Walther P22 ballistics and DNA found on the gun matches that of Bletsch. On May 16, 2018, after 6 days of testimony, Willis is found guilty in the kidnapping and murder of Heeringa. In spring of 2022, Willis's van is destroyed. Willis is currently locked up in a maximum security prison in Jackson. He is allowed out of his cell for 2 one-hour periods a day. To this day, he maintains his innocence.
I don't want to be badgered. I've stated myself, multiple times to multiple people that I didn't do it, I'm innocent, and I don't know where the body is.
This April marks 10 years since Heeringa went missing. Her body has yet to be found. She is listed as missing in the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System database.